Let's look at this first question here. Let me know when you're ready.
Yep, right there. Go ahead. Tell them who you are.
Okay, I'm Darryl Johnson. I just want to say
His name is David.
David, thank you for, listening in. A lot of times people have a tendency to look at the business and they say, well, that's probably good for you, but it's not good for me. I'm just different, and that's a true statement. Most people don't know that God gave us the ability to give, and it said that it's better to give than receive. Our business is really about giving, and it's not about products. It's not about really the service. It's about giving. What are you giving? You're giving people two things in this business. If you use it as a business theme, is that you're going to give two things. You're going to give people education on how to win the money game. Okay. When I say win the money game, that means to be able to live at a standard that is comfortable for them. Okay, where they're not in debt, they're not leaving their family, in a bad financial state, and you're also allowing people to retire in dignity. So we're giving people education in those areas. For years, people depended on companies to plan their retirement, and stuff like that. And so now we have to make our own decisions because companies are getting away from that. Now, so what you ask me is, well, how do I build a foundation, starting from scratch? I've been in the business since probably, it's been about 27 years. And if I could do it all over again, and I had this mentoring program, you did the right thing the first time. You got on the conference call. I would make a commitment to be on the Tuesday call, the Friday call, and the Saturday power hour. Don't miss it. Make it religiously. You may have a situation where you may not make every one of them, but make a commitment to it like you were going to college. Treat it like you're at Harvard and you didn't want to miss one class because you didn't want to take the risk of losing that opportunity. That's the first thing. Number two, your responsibility is to get other people to see the same vision that you saw. So invite people to get on the conference call so that when they get the same opportunity, they can make a decision. Do I want to do it or don't I want? So that way you're not making people do anything. You're just getting as many people as you can to see the vision. So that means that you're building. If there was something good in your life that was going on, you would tell your family and friends, right? Of course you would. So, first of all, charity starts at home. Tell your family what you're doing and why you're doing it. And you want their opinion of it. Get them on the call. Because when you get your family on the call, your friends on the call, you're getting them involved in helping other people by helping themselves. So now you got the foundation. You're starting at home. Then you talk to the person who brought you into business. Find a mentor. And that mentor could be me. It could be Marie. It could be your wife, but it has to be somebody who's down the road, meaning that they've reached a certain level of, stability in the business, so that you can say, hey, I got a question here, I got a question there. What can I do about this? But that's what the calls are for. It's a mentoring program. So if you meet new people, you might have 10 or 15 people that you call upon. It's like a board of directors. These people, they don't have any invested interest in you, but they have one thing in common. They all want to pay it forward. They want to give back to something. So we got the understanding that we're going to first start at home and teach our family and friends about the opportunity of education and the business opportunity. Number two, we're going to make sure that we get on the conference calls. Number three, we're going to make sure that we understand that this business is something that, you have to get started, but you have to start with the right mindset. You got to get other people involved with it, okay? And we want to make sure that we have a mentor so that we can bridge the gap between sometimes getting lost. Think about it like this. You got GPS, you turn it on, and you keep it on because you don't want to get lost. Even if you're comfortable where you're at, you always want to keep the GPS on. That's your mentor. Now, let's just say today you say, well, Darryl, that makes sense. I'm going to get started today. What do I do from here? If you're not licensed, you want to go and get your license through the pre-licensing. You use different services. I use Doran Insurance Training out of River Grove. Get your license, okay? So you get your life, you get your health, and don't get your securities up front. Okay, because what we want to do is we want to give you an opportunity to have a foundation. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to teach you the fundamentals of the dime and the dollar presentation. So we'll get that to you as soon as you're ready. Then what you're going to do is you're going to be an apprenticeship program. More like you're going to be at the appointments with someone who knows how to give the presentation. So that would be like, if you're working with Maria Sparrow. And say, Marie, I have 2 appointments. So Marie's going to give a presentation in your behalf, and you'll benefit because he's going to put you in a training program. She's going to teach you how to give a presentation, and eventually you get a presentation on your own. Now, our presentations are pretty much fundamental. They're scripted, and the key is you give the presentation over and over and over again, you're going to get better at it. That's the easy. What's hard is that you have to have a schedule. If it's part-time or full-time, you got to have a schedule. So what we want you to do is make a schedule so that you don't get caught up in this, I'm going to do it sometimes or no time or whenever I have time. We want you to take this like going back to school, put a schedule together. If it's 10 hours a week, 10 hours a week. If it's 5 hours a week, 5 hours a week. Now, there's 6 job descriptions that you're eventually going to have to get good at. We start you off with the first 3. The first 3 is, number 1, telemarketing. Telemarketing is how you're going to get in contact with your clients. Okay, through the third-party system, we're going to be giving you a script. You're going to learn how to give a presentation, but you first have to be able to have a presentation. So that telemarketing is the key to talking to people to schedule appointments. Number 2, we're going to teach you how to give a presentation. We're going to use a dime presentation at first, and then we're going to go to the dollar presentation. Number 3, we're going to teach you how to process business. Business processing is pretty much like a secretary, your own secretary. So you're going to get good at 3 things: telemarketing, giving a presentation, and doing customer service / administrative duties. Once you get good at that, you're going to realize everything else is duplicatable. The last 3 job descriptions are prospecting for new associates, field training new associates, and mentoring new associates. So you can imagine, if you learn the 3 and get good at that, the other 3 is teaching people that are new how to do those 3. So that's your foundation. Our goal is to have you where you're able to do all 3 of those job descriptions, and then your mentor or the person who brought you into business, they're going to assist you in prospecting, field training, and mentoring new associates. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you build your practice for you. Now the second question is how to get started fresh. Make a warm market list. Everybody you know over the age of 25 years old, write them down on a sheet of paper. And you want to be able to schedule an appointment to get their opinion about what you do. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a script. You call them up, tell them about what you're doing and why you need them to hear the presentation. Now, your person that is giving you, that's mentoring you, they're going to go out and give the presentation. But their responsibility is to help you build your business through referrals. So if you're talking to Marie, let's say Marie was your cousin. You say, Marie, I need you to sit down and hear this presentation. It's part of my field training, and it will help me, a lot. And what you're going to get is education. So my job is to help you get referrals from Marie. My responsibility is to help you get at least 10 referrals from her. Now, can you imagine if you scheduled 10 appointments and I gave the presentation, the dollar and the dime presentation, and from that point I got 10 referrals from each of those people. That's 100 referrals. Now that's a foundation business right there. You got 100 referrals. Now, if you teach someone how to get 100 referrals and you teach them how to call those referrals using telemarketing and giving a scripted presentation over the phone to schedule more appointments, let's say if you get half of them to sit out, okay, that's 50 people. 50 times 10 is what? 500. So now you got 500 referrals. So now you got your foundation of your business. Everybody that you talk to, you're getting referrals from. And now what you're doing is just calling the new people up to schedule appointments. The other part of the business is actually helping people get into the business. We try to use the power of 3. Get 3 new associates to do what you do, and then you can build a practice from that. Because 3, that brings on 3, you have a branch of 200, 300 people. We talked about quality prospects using the third-party system. Starting in the warm market, asking for referrals, and using the education approach to getting referrals. We talked about how to get a license. Of course, you go through Dorn or one of our training facilities. And we understand also a firm foundation is building a business through your warm market and being able to help other people build their practice through recruiting new associates. Now, remember, this is GPS. If you knew where you were going, you wouldn't need GPS. So this is a business just like any other business. You need to make sure you're tied into the conference calls, tied into a mentor. Because as you go down this road, there's going to be distractions, there are going to be situations that's going to occur that's going to try to stop you from reaching your destination. But the key is you saw something on that call that other people are going to see. So you help them see the same thing. And remember that you can call me, you can call any of those people on the call to get more information. My job is to be there for you. And I'll tell you, from that point on, you're in business. Thank you.